Deja Brew again, back here with another beer review. Today we have James Squire Shackles. This is part of my 12 Days of Christmas Advent calendar that I made for myself. There's a theme. Every beer has come from a brewery that starts with J. That's what I'm just going to do every year at this time. So yeah, it's just something fun, something a little bit different, and makes you think outside the box here. So with James Squire, last video I called him James Squires. We had the beer from Adam Lau, which just was a bit flat. You can go watch that video if you want. But otherwise, yeah, it was the Chef's Pale Ale, celebrity chef behind the beer. It wasn't super amazing. This is their premium lager. I'm always worried whenever someone says it is a premium lager. It just makes me think of James Bogues, and that beer was not very good. And I find like Crown Premium Lager, like all the premium lager beers just aren't that great. So I'm always a bit worried when they say it, because for me, it is just a way for them to be at golf courses and at like weddings for the premium drinks package, which the only difference is that and this. And again, I'm a beer nerd, so I was very disappointed when I didn't really get the beers that I wanted. So let's crack on here. Let's open this bad boy up and see what we get. I'm expecting not much fizziness, because a lot of these premium lagers are meant for that golf crowd where, you know, there's not much carbonation in it. And I find they just usually are about a standard drink and they lack a bit of flavor. Yeah, this is pretty much come out with not very much head. That's pretty much exactly what I thought it would do. There it is right there. It's quite gold, but it's kind of got that real just factory made, no love amber hue about it. The head's pretty much dissipated. This reminds me a lot of that James Bogues Premium Lager right here. This could be different, but you got to keep it open, but that head's dissipated straight away. I'm not expecting a large amount of carbonation, and I'm not expecting a large amount of flavor here. So let's have a sniff. Oh, okay. Okay. So there is some flavors to it. It almost has like a smoked kind of flavor to it, which is a little bit odd. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, it kind of smells a bit like mead, which is kind of a little bit bizarre in itself. I'm gonna go in again, because that could be me just being wrong. Yeah, it really has a mead finish to it, like a smoked mead kind of smell to it. I don't know what's giving that off, so that's really bizarre. I don't know if there's a chemical in that just gives off that smell sometimes. I'm sure it's not going to taste anything like it. But yeah, I'm really not liking the way this doesn't look desirable from the head, at least. This doesn't look like it's going to be any good. So let's just dig straight in. Cheers, everyone. Let's hope for the best here. Let's hope for the best. I want this to do well. James Squire Premium Lager. Okay, that's fine. Like, it's much better than a James Bogues Premium Lager. There isn't much flavor to it, but again, it's very similar to their last beer that I just had, that Chef's Pale Ale. There's no real flavor to it. There's no depth. It's very easy to drink once again, so if your job was just, I want to drink a beer and not care about it, then yeah, this might be a way to go. There's no carbonation, there's no real flavor to it at all, there's no real like lemon, there's no lovely lager flavors that you get to come through, or even just golden wheat. There's none of that. It just tastes like yeast water. That's probably the best way to describe it. It's definitely not unpleasant, but unlike a few of the other premium lagers that I've had. I just think people that drink this don't like beer. If you enjoy this, you just don't really like beer. It's a bit bitter compared to the other ones. It definitely has a bitter finish to it. It's probably more resounding, instead of a premium lager, more of an English bitter. Like a premium English bitter that you wanted to give to the crowd, because it is quite bitter at the end. But that's really the only flavor I'm getting. It's just an overwhelming bitterness. There's not really much else here. There's no fruit. There's nothing that I'm getting from the malt. There's no roasted flavors. There's no caramel flavors. There's nothing. It's just like, yeah, like I said, yeast water with a bitter finish to it. I don't know what's going on with James Squire. I don't know. This is the second beer now that's just come out, and it's just like, yeah, I don't really have much to say about him. Like, they're not good. They're not terrible, but like we've had terrible beers on this channel. I don't think the last one I gave exactly a pass mark, and I gave it a 50. For a lager, you want certain characteristics of that lager to come out. They're just not here. If you're on a deck and you've done a bunch of work and someone gave you this beer, like I said, you wouldn't say no to it, but you wouldn't buy it. There's no real reason for it. It might be better at the brewery. It might pair well with maybe food there, but I'm not seeing it. So I'm ready to rate it. I'm ready to give it a whirl right now. I'm going to go in for one more sip. And like I said, I could finish all of this, but there's lots of other beers in this space that if I saw it, I would go after that instead of this. Yeah, there's just nothing. There's absolutely nothing going on there. I'll give it a 46 out of 100. It's not terrible, so it just misses a pass mark, I think, a little bit. If I gave that other one exactly a 50, I feel like this one kind of falls a little flatter than that, especially because there's no carbonation and there is no flavor. It just tastes like yeast water a little bit. It's okay. Like, some people are gonna want this, and I think those are people that probably beer's just not for you, or maybe you just don't like intense flavors. But yeah, I just can't imagine that you're at a golf club or a wedding or a function and there's just not a better beer than this there. So, and especially from James Squire, like, they have much better beers. Like 150 Lashes is a much better beer than this, and it's pretty drinkable. 1.2 soda drinks. So yeah, there's no real. It's just kind of empty calories. It just kind of seems like they've just tried to make something to please everyone, and instead it pleases no one. But it's not terrible. It's not the worst beer. It's definitely not in the 30s, but I wouldn't give it quite a pass mark. It's definitely in that. If you get given it for free, you're not going to complain, but you're not going to buy it, and you're not going to seek it out if it's on a tap next to anything else. So yeah, that is the beer review, guys. If you did like this video, hit the like button. Always hit subscribe, because that really does help us out. We're on 22 as I'm recording this video, but there's a few more to go up, so I'm hoping that goes up a little bit. Comment down below any recommendations after the new year for any beer reviews. I'm very happy to do them. I can source a lot of beers. Might be your favorite brewery. Even just a single beer, or it could be a beer time. Hey, do, Pilsners from this country or something. Yeah, but thank you so much for watching and getting this far into the video. Have a great day. See you, and cheers. Yeah, these beers are so difficult to rate, because there's just nothing.